we delve into a case that shocked a nation: the tragic disappearance and murder of Laci Peterson. This story, marked by chilling details and a timeline that still haunts many, unfolded in California in the early 2000s. Prepare yourself as we walk through the timeline of events that forever changed one family's life. It was the evening of December 24th, 2002, a chilly Christmas Eve in Modesto, California. Laci Peterson, a 27-year-old expectant mother, was preparing to celebrate the holidays with her husband, Scott, and friends. Friends described Laci as warm, kind, and excited for the arrival of her first child, who was due in May 2003. But on that fateful night, everything changed. At approximately 10 p.m. on December 24th, 2002, Laci was last seen at her home. According to reports, she had been enjoying a quiet evening, and no one expected that her life would be cut tragically short that night. By the early hours of December 25th, her absence raised alarm bells. Family members discovered that she was missing, and a frantic search began. Local law enforcement was alerted immediately. Over the next few days, police combed the neighborhood, questioned neighbors, and launched a full-scale investigation. Yet, with little physical evidence and few witnesses, the case quickly turned cold. A chilling mystery on what really happened during those hours. As the days passed, investigators focused on retracing Laci's last known movements. The Peterson home was scrutinized for any clues. Phone records, surveillance footage, and even the smallest pieces of physical evidence were analyzed meticulously. Law enforcement believed that if they could reconstruct her final hours, they might uncover a break in the case. During this period, Scott Peterson's behavior came under increasing scrutiny. His explanations for Laci's whereabouts during that critical time began to contradict witness statements and forensic evidence. While friends and family remembered Laci as caring and gentle, a growing body of evidence started to paint a very different picture of what might have occurred behind closed doors. The turning point in the investigation came on April 18th, 2003. Nearly 4 months after Laci was reported missing, a routine check along the shoreline of San Francisco Bay uncovered human remains. When police arrived on the scene around 8:30 a.m. that day, the discovery sent shockwaves through the community. Subsequent forensic tests confirmed what investigators had feared. The remains belonged to Laci Peterson, and tragically, those of her unborn child were also found. This grim discovery transformed a missing persons case into a homicide investigation. The stark reality set in. Someone had deliberately ended Laci's life, and a young life that had yet to begin. The public, now fully aware of the gravity of the situation, demanded answers. Almost immediately following the discovery, authorities focused their investigation on the Peterson household. On the very same day, April 18th, 2003, Scott Peterson was taken in for questioning. Police noted inconsistencies in his account of events and mounting evidence that implicated him. For example, forensic analysis of water samples, trace evidence from the crime scene, and a timeline that failed to support his alibi all contributed to a growing case against him. During this phase, investigators meticulously pieced together Scott's timeline. Court documents and police reports from that period detail how investigators cross-checked his statements against phone records and witness testimonies. By early May 2003, the evidence was strong enough for authorities to formally charge him with the murder of Laci and the homicide of her unborn child. The case against Scott Peterson moved swiftly from investigation to courtroom. The trial began in early November 2004, drawing national media attention. For weeks, the courtroom became a stage where every detail was dissected, From the timeline of December 24th, 2002, to the forensic breakthroughs in April 2003. On November 11th, 2004, after a highly publicized and emotionally charged trial, the jury delivered its verdict. Scott Peterson was convicted of first-degree murder for Laci and second-degree murder for the child she was carrying. The courtroom was filled with disbelief and sorrow as the verdict was read. It was a moment that many believed would bring closure. Yet for countless family members and friends, the loss would never be forgotten. Following the conviction, on March 16, 2005, Scott Peterson was sentenced to death, a sentence that continues to spark debate and controversy to this day. The case of Laci Peterson left an indelible mark on the community of Modesto and on the nation as a whole. While justice was pursued with every tool at the disposal of law enforcement, questions and controversies lingered. Friends, family, and even legal experts have continued to debate the intricacies of the case, and it remains a stark reminder of how a single night's events can shatter lives. For many, the timeline, from that cold Christmas Eve on December 24th, 2002, through the grim discovery on April 18th, 2003, and into the courtroom drama of late 2004, serves as a somber chronology of loss, betrayal, and the relentless pursuit of truth. The Peterson case has since become a touchstone in true crime history, symbolizing both the power and the pitfalls of forensic science, media scrutiny, and public emotion. Even now, years later, the case continues to be revisited by investigators and journalists alike. Each new detail that emerges adds another layer of complexity to the narrative, challenging our understanding of what happened on that fateful winter night. As we conclude today's story, we are left to ponder the fragile nature of life and the enduring impact of unspeakable tragedy. The murder of Laci Peterson is a case that reminds us that behind every headline lies a series of human moments, a timeline of events that forever alters lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of America's most infamous true crime cases. If you found this story compelling, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and keep questioning the shadows that hide in plain sight.